Hi everyone. Flying in this really large jumbo jet. We are taking off from Greenland. And we're going to pick somewhere new to go. Make some more money, buy some different planes. We'll go to Buenos Aires. How does that sound? Okay, we're supposed to go this way.
The flight attendants will let you know when we reach an altitude where it's safe to use these devices.
Looks very cold and snowy, doesn't it? Okay. Turn it back up a little bit. Might be... Oh, I'm not. On the throttle here. We gonna make it? Oh yeah, we made it. Yeah. Pretty cool. So you guys can take off your seatbelts. 36,000 feet. Don't let me forget. I'm used to a much higher altitude. With that little jet I've been flying. I think we're good. We're good. We're golden.
Tower flight 3479, ILS 4 right.
So I've been looking at some facts about Greenland. And from what I can tell, the only flights into Greenland are from Denmark and Iceland. And that is something maybe a lot of people don't realize. Greenland is also the world's largest island. It's a very big landmass.
ILS 4 right.
Obviously, most of it is covered in ice. With most of the settlements, towns, being along the coastline. Geographically, it is considered part of North America. But geopolitically, it is part of the EU. It is part of Europe. And it is technically part of the EU.
Flight 3479, I'm going to change that. That's Yankee, make the right turn at Golf, and hold ship for line 4 left. Alright, Yankee, make the right turn at Golf for flight 3479.
And it is also part of NATO. The name Greenland comes from basically what was Viking propaganda. The Vikings wanted to have settlements in Greenland and to convince people that it was a good idea to move there. They called it Greenland. And I believe here we are, just leaving Greenland. Going to be experiencing a little bit of turbulence, everyone. I know we can handle it. It'll be fine. So Greenland has its own official language, which is Greenlandic. Many of the residents are bilingual and speak other languages, especially Danish. And as of 2023, around 56,000 people lived in Greenland. Greenland is proud of its indigenous Inuit population.
Tower flight 3479, ILS 4 right.
Here we are passing over a large thunderstorm system. So what plane do you think I should buy next on this game? There is like a stealth plane that looks really cool. I think it's about 20 million in-game currency. Takes some grinding, some flying to afford that in-game. Think I should try to get that next. Try it out. We are flying over the ocean. So Greenland does recognize the head of Denmark as their head of state. I can't remember exactly what Greenland is referred to in relation to Denmark, whether it's a territory or a protectorate. But Denmark does have certain claims over Greenland, and they are bound to protect them with their military if need be. And there have been some efforts in recent years amongst people in Greenland to become independent from anyone, just to be an independent country. And that has slowed a bit as of late. And this is just to say that Greenland is an established culture. It has an established government. It's not just some random island up for grabs. It has citizens, even has indigenous citizens. And of course, it has a lot of rare earth minerals, gemstones, a lot of valuable things that there's a lot of interest in, and there's already some mining going on there. And you can guess why it has garnered a lot of interest. So what about you? Would you like to visit Greenland? Would you like to visit, just go somewhere exotic in a sense of lots of snow and ice? It's pretty remote, near the Arctic Circle. Sounds like a very trendy kind of Instagram look at me kind of place, you know, which is fine if you want to go and support local tourism, as long as locals are respected. As long as locals are respected, the environment is respected, everyone behaves themselves as a tourist. Always a good idea before you take a vacation like that to learn about local customs and how to be the most respectful tourist you can be. That's what I think anyway. I've always kind of wanted to visit Iceland because it has two things that I really love, and that's volcanoes, ice, snow. Of course, that's three things, but I do like snow.
Thank you, right, Bravo. Bravo and monitor ground point 9, have a good day. Bravo, ground point 9, 4.
Okay, it's time to land, guys. Put on your seatbelt, strap yourself in. It should be a pretty smooth landing here. But yeah, I've heard some crazy stories about things that tourists have done, especially in places like Iceland, and yeah, some of it's not flattering, some of it's really gross. I kind of like this POV for the landing. Almost makes me feel like I'm in that. Wasn't there like an old Superman game? It was kind of hated, where you're flying and you had to go through the circles. Of course, this is pretty typical of games like this. Not like this, but just there was a lot of games where you had to do aerial maneuvers of one kind or another, and you have to go through rings as a training ground. I think, is it Sonic 06? You know, everyone's favorite game, Sonic 06, has a section like that. Speaking of games, did anyone watch the Nintendo Direct today? And anyone watching this in the future? This is the last Direct today until the April, I think it's supposed to be on April 2nd, Direct, in regards to the Switch 2. So, historic gaming moment. So what did you think of the Direct today? See any games that you really liked, that you were really excited about? I thought the first Dragon Quest games looked great. I've been wanting to play the Dragon Quest 3. I've never played a Dragon Quest game before, but I've got kind of a backlog of games right now that I need to finish anyway, so maybe in the future I'll play Dragon Quest 3 and maybe the other two. I've got a Metroid announcement. I'm sure that made a lot of people really happy. And wow, a Tomodachi Life. That one caught me off guard. So congratulations if there were any games announced that you've been waiting for. It's really great. In these times we need something. Okay, we can definitely see the airport now. Got a really good visual on it. Almost there. Hoping for a nice, smooth landing. Usually these big passenger jets have the smoother landings on this game. I feel pretty great compared to some of the other planes. Definitely the landings can be a lot rougher. So here we are, coming in for our landing. You guys ready for a nice landing here? Okay, let's switch here real quick. Okay, you can take off your seatbelt now. We're just gonna make it to our gate up here. Thank you for flying with me, for spending some time with me. Really appreciate it. Like another plane has made a landing. Goodness sakes. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe I guess my engine's kind of turned off there. I thought it was maybe a plane coming in behind me, which I've never really seen in this game before. So I have seen them kind of taking off when you're at the airport. Hope you had a nice flight. And whatever you're doing next, I hope it works out great for you. If you're going to sleep, well, have a wonderful night. If you're studying, doing something active, I hope that works out great as well. Get into your flow state, really absorb those facts. The words flow out of you, problems easily solved. Whatever you're doing, hope you enjoy your life. Take care, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.
We thank you for flying with us today. We truly appreciate your business and look forward to serving you on a future flight.